Hi guys, and welcome back to the Caribbean Spot. In today's video, we're covering everything Trump. Let's get into it. Let's be honest. What in the world is going on in the Trump's administration right now? Because between talks of deporting US citizens to foreign prisons, offering $5,000 baby bonuses, and unleashing tariffs like confetti at a campaign rally, it's starting to feel less like a presidential platform and more like a policy circus without a ringmaster. But the question isn't just what he's doing, it is how. And what's the plan behind it all? That takes us straight to the first big problem. And here's the first big issue. It's not just what's happening, it's how it's happening. The rollout, the timing, the rush. Everything feels like it's being launched before anything is ready. And that brings us to this analogy. This is what it feels like. Trump jump-started the race before the starting gun even went off. And now America is sprinting ahead, hot and sweaty, not realizing the track wasn't laid. The shoes weren't laced, and the race wasn't even called. It's adrenaline without alignment, nationalism without infrastructure, vision without scaffolding. And this pattern of announcing bold ideas before the groundwork is set is showing up everywhere. Let's take the tariffs, for example. Trump says, we're putting America first. We're rebuilding. We're making America great again. But here's the truth. America doesn't even have the industrial foundation to support this move yet. They outsourced their industry decades ago. They closed factories, killed skilled labor markets, and handed manufacturing to foreign partners. So, what happens when you slap a tariff on goods your people still depend on from those same countries? You don't hurt China, you punish the American small business owner, the startup relying on imported parts, the consumer already drowning in high prices. Tariffs before rebuilding is like locking your fridge because you plan to plant vegetables, but you haven't even bought the seeds. According to the National Federation of Independent Business, 92% of small manufacturers rely on at least one imported input. Sudden tariffs without alternatives drive prices up and small businesses down. Then there's the $5,000 baby bonus, another reactive fix to real problem. Declining birth rates, but with no structural support. Clarification? This proposal is still under review, not law. It's been supported in principle by Trump and some advisors as a population incentive. But where's the paid family leave, affordable childcare, maternal health care access, economic stability for young families? You can't throw money at a mother on day one of birth and think she'll have 6 more just for a medal. Hashtag the money. This is performative policy at best. And at worst, it's a distraction from the deeper failures of the system. The US birth rate hit a 50-year low in 2023. But international studies show one-time baby bonuses have minimal impact without long-term family support infrastructure. Hashtag childcare, medical bills, everything else that comes with caring for a child. And let's not forget the headline that shook people. Reports that Trump administration is considering deporting US citizens to foreign prisons like the mega prison in El Salvador. Let me be clear. This isn't law. It hasn't been passed. But the fact that it's even on the table, that's what's unsettling. Just like the $5,000 baby bonus proposal, these ideas are being floated without framework. They're making the public react before the government has even built a plan. And what does that create? Confusion, anxiety, and fear. Not just a policy, but the American psyche. You can't govern a country by stirring the pot. You need strategy, not shockwaves, wisdom, not viral talking points. America does not have the infrastructure to operate independently, period. So when they step back and look at the tariffs, the deportation rhetoric, and now the baby bonuses, from the outside looking in, it feels like chaos wrapped in campaign slogans. And for everyday Americans, it's creating a constant state of fright and flight. And for the rest of the world, it's just plain maddening. I had this talk with God. I said, Lord, I know what the man is trying to do. I understand the intention. But here's the problem. You can't put the cart before the horse. And that's my honest conversation with God, right? That's what the Holy Spirit does make me reason out. You can't declare a national rebuild without laying the foundation. And that's the reality they're not confronting. I recently heard a beef farmer on the news say he gets his glass bottles from Europe, right? And because of the tariffs, he said he didn't think that he would lose so much so quickly, whatever that means. Maybe his finances, his export, whatever it is, but he lost a lot, right? He said he didn't expect to lose so much so fast. And he's not alone. Small businesses, large manufacturers, mothers, makers, importers, exporters, they're all being squeezed because the plan was spoken before it was structured. See, a dream in your head sounds good on the podium. But without a blueprint, without industry, without skilled labor or domestic production, it's just a soundbite, not a solution. They say they want to build ships. My question is, where are the shipyards? How many ships have you built so far? Where's the steel, the welders, the ports? Because you came out of the gate hot and sweaty. But the foundation to make America great again still isn't there. Here's what America really needs to hear. There's no full-scale manufacturing base. There's no national plan for industrial revival. There's no skilled workforce pipeline ready to jump into the roles tomorrow. So where's the plan? Where's the rollout? Trump is saying we're going to build, but he's taxing the people before the building materials even arrive. If the goal is really to rebuild America, then start here. Rebuild industry. Bring back manufacturing first. Train workers. Invest in technical education and job pipelines. Stabilize families. Build affordable housing, childcare, and healthcare. Then roll out tariffs. Once America can stand, then impose pressure. Lead with strategy, not sound bites. Build with wisdom, not applause. Because you don't slap sanctions before your nation is self-sustaining. And you don't hand out bonuses before you build support. Because right now, it's like America's running full speed, sweating, stumbling, gasping for breath, all before the race even began. And the ones feeling the burn are not the elites. They're the business owners. They're the mothers. They're the everyday American caught in a race they didn't sign up for. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Like, comment, share this message. Don't let political noise drown out policy truth. Let's demand a government that thinks before it sprints. In the Caribbean, in America, in Europe, wherever you are. That's the way to lead, right? Till the next one. Bye.